Hello everybody, I'm glad you could join us. A very warm welcome to you for what promises to be the final episode, an extended version, I have to say, of Control Centre News. We hope to stay with you until the moment of the announcement. And that announcement being? Yes, you guessed it, the experiment, of course. And just as an aside, you're going to spot some differences in continuity here and there, because some shots were filmed earlier and this is filmed now, and we're combining the two because there's been some frenetic activity with different news flashes, different footage coming in, and certain things I've said are irrelevant for now because it was filmed too long ago. But anyway, let's forge on regardless. And as you know, anticipation has been growing around the globe, pending the promised pronouncement, the procrastination of which is pitilessly pushing people's patience. And so we are hoping to bring you pictures of excited crowds in the streets and public thoroughfares, public halls and public places worldwide, as well as finally ending up with a live report from our man in the USA, Ted Van Wagner. And Van Wagner, sorry, I get that wrong every time. But as I say, we intend to stay on air and until we get that confirmation. So stay tuned. And in the meantime, while we attempt to establish contact with a link with Ted over in New York City, here is Willie Wiper from Edinburgh with. No, hold that, Willie. Hold it. Okay. No, sorry. We can go to Willie in Edinburgh. Willie.
What you're looking at now are images from around the world. Pictures of crowds, very similar, most likely, and in all likelihood, to the crowds which we imagine may be gathering in various places around the world, getting all excited about this experiment. I mean, we've heard about it, it's been mooted, and there's crowds out there, undoubtedly. Just as in these pictures. There's such as India and other places like that. Back to you, Richard.
Well, thanks. Thanks go to Willie for that rather fascinating coverage of stills of crowds from around the world, and also the insightful commentary. Willie, thank you. And, well, there have been crowds around the world and globally in countries as far-flung as India, Australia, who we've heard from, Norway, of course, California, and also across the other side of the world, over in the US, for example. Ted Van Wagner has been gauging reaction in New York City, and hopefully we have a report from Ted coming to you live from Times Square. Hello, Ted. Hello, Ted. Can you hear me? This is Richard. This is Richard in the Control Centre, UK. Go ahead, Ted.
Richard?
Well, we seem to be having some technical difficulties with that report. So we can. Sorry about this. But it seems we can go through to Ted.
Richard, are you there?
Ted, are you there? Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now. Richard, I'm standing in Times Square, where a large crowd has gathered, following the announcement by officials at Vandalism World Headquarters confirming the existence of the experiment. I understand that the details of what the experiment actually is have been forwarded to the studios of Control Center News and will be made public shortly. The mood of the crowd here is one of excitement and expectation as we await word of exactly when the results of the experiment will be made public. Reports from other large cities around the country are showing much the same reaction, except for Detroit, where arson and looting have been reported. I'm Ted Van Wagner, reporting live from Times Square. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Ted. What a delightfully professional fellow he is. And sorry, you find me in a state of high excitement here, as word has just come in that that we have a official go ahead to make an announcement. So without further ado, I can patch behind through the other side of that wall behind me. Pat Clark is waiting right now to give you the announcement. Hello everybody, my name's Pat Clark and I'm here to tell you, put you out of your misery really, about the experiment and what it's all about. The idea came about initially after I misunderstood what Stig wanted me to do with a guitar track he sent me, and I ended up writing my own song to his guitar track. I moved on to the next collaboration I was doing with him and found out it was his own song with that guitar track, and I was struck by the differences between them and thought it'd be a good idea to get a lot of people to write their own song around that same guitar track. So that's what started it all off, and it started off with, I thought, well, 7 songwriters who I know fairly well on Vandalism, and then somebody else got invited, somebody else thought it was a good idea, Stig suggested a couple more people. It just grew until I could handle it no longer, and the number ended up being about 30. So now we've got 30 different Vandals have written their own song around Stig's guitar riff, with some variations on the rules. But as Stig himself said, we are not the Stasi here on Vandalism, so you know we'll let it go. And there's some good stuff here, and I hope you all will enjoy listening to the experiment and finding out the different mentality, the different way that people think, as illustrated through music and their writing. Hope you enjoy it. Cheers. Bye for now. So what a jolly relief to find out, after all that hype and that tension and rumours going around the world, the experiment is just something harmless between just a bunch of you chaps, Vandals, musicians, all getting together to prove the theory that everybody's brain is different from the next man. We are all but an island. It is a wonder we can sometimes communicate at all. But through the medium of music here, everybody is writing their own song from the same tune. Interesting idea. And it only remains for me to tell you, the results will start to be published on Wednesday the 6th of May. Wednesday the 6th of May at 5 p.m. GMT. And for those of you who are Johnny Foreigner, this actually means Greenwich Mean Time, which is the time in London that the rest of the world bases their time upon. That's 12 noon, or 12 noon New York, right? Yeah? Or, if you're the other side of the world, down under, it's the middle of the bloody night, mate. Yeah. We're not going to be about. Okay. Well, I say, with that, it only remains for me to say enjoy. See you on Wednesday. Peace, love, and all that kind of thing. And may the 4th be with you. Oh, sorry, may the 6th be with you.
Hello? Hello? Is anybody there? Can you hear me? This is running. I just, everyone's gone home. I'm the caretaker at the control centre. Everyone's gone home, and I don't know what to do, because, well, you know my boss said that Bob fella, he disappeared, and then he hadn't disappeared because he'd come back as messages. I think the messages are fake. I don't know, or he was being helpful because, well, I'll show you is it a film, if I can make it work? You know, the film he first sent. Well, on first looking at it might seem funny, but I think he was right. It's a desperate cry for help or something. Because just after everybody's gone home, I get this footage comes in, and there's been, there's been no word from Bob for well, how long? I don't know. But just watch this footage. Can you help? I don't know, what can we do? I'm on my own here. I don't know what to do. All right, all the best.